Hello, everyone. Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast. This is Paula and Renee, my partner in crime. Woo, woo, woo. We have no agenda topic for today. We have no idea any of the topics, but the reason why I said let's just do one, two, three, go before we did this, because that is our magic between you and I. Like, we
Like,
are always like, oh, what are we going to say? What are we going to talk about? And then
yeah,
45 minutes pass and we just had a full conversation.
yeah. I agree. So I'm here for it. Maybe we talk about like the different aspects of our lives, like how it's going in like relationships, family, finances, like
Oh, I love that. The deep dive.
dive. I
Okay.
love it.
Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. The pillars you had said. Um, so what's the first pillar? What is it?
I don't know. Relationship. What's your focus in your relationship right now?
Oh, okay. Well, I did just have my 14-year wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
So that makes me feel really old. Because in my mind, I'm still 25, right? Like that's
Well, you also started dating Steve when you were like 5 years old. So like
yes.
that.
That is true. But I just don't feel like I'm grown up enough. Like I'm not like, when people say like when they look in a room and of adults and they're trying to find like the adultier adult, like of who's
Yeah.
gonna like I'm always that person looking for the adultier adult. So like when people say like, okay, like yeah, 14 years is a big milestone. Like for me, I'm like, yeah, but like I'm still so I'm a baby, right? Like in my mind.
I love that you feel that way though.
Oh, I do. I definitely do. So relationship wise, we're really good, but I will say like we're both very tired. Like that's
Mm,
where we're at right now. Like life right now is just a lot.
kicking your butt. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
just a lot. There's just a lot of competing priorities. There's a lot of responsibility and we are both like have really big goals for ourselves that we're trying to achieve.
mhm,
And yeah, it just is like we are really good at coming back and getting that like connection and like finding the fun and things like that. Like I can always trust that. I'm never worried that that's ever going to go away because it just has not ever.
yeah.
But it's just we're tired.
Mm. Yeah, I can relate to that. I feel like same here. Like we have so many things going on. Like we each have like 2 or 3 jobs that we work like during the
Yep.
day, evenings, weekends. We have our family. We don't have a whole lot of family here that can help us with Amelia. And when I say help, I don't mean like that we can't manage it. I just mean like sometimes it would be nice to just have like an afternoon or a morning that you can sleep in. And like,
Just a
I
break.
feel like it
Yeah.
needs to be so planned in advance. And sometimes it's like, it's so much trouble to just plan this that we're like, never mind. Like,
Yeah. It's a
never
lot.
mind.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot, yeah. So I feel that, yeah, we're really tired, and I feel like the last like vacations that we've had as like a couple, it was like quick, and it was more for like visiting and
Mhm.
like exploring than it was to like really relax. And I feel like that's what we need, like to just like
Yeah.
disconnect to reconnect.
Yes.
So I feel like that's kind of where we're at. We're really good in like in the sense that like I feel like we're finding our groove back like as a couple since
Yeah.
becoming parents. So that's really good.
I
Um,
love that for you. That's awesome.
yeah, I'm really happy about that. But it's just that time. Like we just get glimpses of like us here and
Yes.
there, but it would be nice to have like, a full week to like really like just relax.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
responsibilities, no work, no nothing, like just yeah.
Yeah. And it is going to keep getting better and better for you guys. Like that, I
Yeah.
do know. And as
Yeah.
Amelia gets older, like for us, like with Steve and I, like we've definitely have like it's been years now that we've like have our groove and like that piece. Like, but I do remember where you're at right now. And it's like when you first get that, you're like, oh my God, like we've made it feeling of like, okay, like we are back as a couple. And like even though it's
Exactly.
still, we're still obviously busy and we're still tired and things like that, like you still see like, oh, we made it. Like it's like a full circle moment. Like we made
Yeah.
it back,
Yeah.
and like that's such a good place to be. Like truly, even just
Yeah.
that should be celebrated in itself, really.
I agree. Yeah. I'm
Mhm.
really happy about that. And we decided, so we're like, you know what? This year, I think we're going to skip like the extravagant like birthday and like Christmas gifts.
Yep.
And instead, we're going to book a trip down south for shortly after Christmas.
Yep.
Um, we do want to explore the world, and there are so many places that we want to travel to, but like right now in this moment, we just need to relax. And
Yep.
I like personally, I find the only place that we can truly relax and that we almost get bored by the end of the week and like are looking forward to go back home is when we go into an all inclusive somewhere,
Yeah.
because there's no dishes, there's no laundry, there's no cleaning, there's no cooking. It's like all you have to do is like get up, enjoy the day, like
Where's the food?
so where's the food? Yeah. So yeah, we decided
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do, and I'm really looking forward to that.
I love that for you. That's where we want to be in terms of like we do a lot of like local stuff, like camping this
Mm,
summer, a lot of stuff like that. Like we already know we have some trips to Halifax and we do a
yeah.
lot of stuff like that. But with Steve's job right now, like I booked us a trip last year. Well,
Mhm.
at the beginning of this year, actually, sorry, beginning of 2025, that I had to cancel
Oh,
because of his work schedule, and it's just, yeah, so we that's a part of, I think, us feeling tired and stuff. Like his work
yeah.
schedule is just absolutely bananas, and
Yes.
so we're just looking for a little bit more of like stability there. Stability is not the right word, I guess, more just like predictability
Right.
when it comes to his schedule. Um, and once that happens, like that's when we're going to be like celebrating. We're going to be
Yes.
booking the trips and doing all that stuff. But I'm definitely waiting for that time to be like, okay, future planning, let's go.
Yeah, because I find like doing the local traveling is not the same. Like it's very
No,
tiring unless you like hide in a cabin somewhere with like no plans, no nothing. Like,
which we've
but
done, which
which
we've
you've
done.
done, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, yeah, that's where we're at relationship wise. What else? Family wise, um, really, really like wanting to create obviously memories for Amelia, even if she doesn't really remember much of it or she won't remember much of it, we will.
Yep.
And we're really being conscious about our friggin' cell phones. Um,
I love
like
that.
I put like so I talked about this before. I have an app on my phone that closes all my apps from like 9 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Okay.
Well, I added that weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. It's also closed,
Okay.
um, because that's the time where she's back from daycare until the time she goes to bed. And it
Okay.
was just too easy. Like I would hear like emails popping or like texts, and I'd be like reaching out for my phone, and I'm like, that little girl, I'm her friggin' hero. She
Yeah.
didn't see me all day.
Yeah.
She finally gets home to me, and that's what I'm doing. I'm on my
Yeah.
phone looking at an email that does not like I shouldn't care about that email. Like I have
Right.
the most important thing in front of me.
Yeah.
And so that really like hit me, and I was like, you know what? No, like I'm doing that. That's been helping. It's an addiction. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say you can definitely send me that app because I could use that in my life
like
for sure.
it's it's so it's sometimes I'm like reaching out for it and like it's out of habit. Like I don't even want to look at anything. It's just a like completely habit.
Oh, we can all. I don't care who you are. Like
Yeah.
we can all relate to that. That there, it's like an extension of our bodies at this point, and like you know
Yes.
that feeling of like when you can't find your phone. Like, why do we feel that way when we can't find our phone? You know what I mean? Like, give me a break.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's been helping a lot. And we're like really, so when we're both here, if we're like being on our phone too much, like we like tell each other,
Yeah,
like,
Steve and I do that too.
yeah,
Definitely call each other out for it. It's like, hey, put the phone
exactly.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we've been doing that, and that's helping. And just like, yeah, trying to be present. Obviously, we're talking about like, it's not for right now, but like, we're talking about, we have our piece of land in Shediac River. That's where we want to build. In maybe a year or two, we already starting to think about like the house plan and all of that. And obviously, like, what are we going to do with like daycare? Because it's so far away right now. It's like an hour every morning and every night already. And that's going to extend that drive. So we're talking about like Montessori. We're talking about like, what about school? Like, I don't know, like, I have a weird feeling about sending her to school. I know we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's just a weird gut feeling that maybe that's not the route that I want to take, but I also don't want to be homeschooling me personally.
Right.
So it's like, what are we going to do with that? So that's kind of, we talk about that lightly, of course, because it's not for right now, but
Yeah.
that's like the family dynamic that we have going on.
Yeah. And I think like as she gets a bit older, things shift. Like I know for myself, like I had different concerns and different visions of how things were gonna go. But I think I've always really tried to let the girls lead. Like
Right.
I always let them kind of point me in the right direction in a lot of ways. Like
Yeah.
what they can handle, what's good for them. Like I tend to take their lead, if that makes sense, of just like what I think is, I don't know, what brings out joy in them and what they, tend to just lean into more, things like that.
Yeah.
So, you might change your perspective. Maybe
Yeah.
Montessori will be great. Like it's hard to say right now. I think
Yeah.
that's it, it's early, right? Like it's yeah. Um, I know, like Rory, she loves school. Like she is that kid who at the last day of school she cries and
Uh,
she's already excited to go back. And I mean, this isn't like she's sitting around all summer or just waiting to go back. Like this kid has like the best summer. Both of my kids are just having the best summer. Like
yes.
so much fun.
Yes.
Every single day of their life is fun. And but she just really loves it. It's just I don't know what it is about that environment. Like she does really well with structure and
Mm,
like that really brings something out in her. Like I don't know, it's interesting to see. um I am looking forward to school starting.
mhm.
I am having a really good summer with the girls, like, and I am that mom that like I cherish the summers and like it breaks my heart when another summer passes because I'm just like I just want that time with them. I really like relish in it,
Yes.
but at the same time like I love the structure as well. Like I love it until I don't love it. You know what I mean? Until I'm
Right.
like sick of this shit and I'm like I don't want to make another lunch and I just,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I am excited for just getting back into that. I am tired because of just like I said, like every day of their life is fun. Every day.
Mm,
And so when you have two jobs and two kids and you're trying to make their lives extra fun and give them the best summer, it's a lot. It's
yeah.
exhausting.
Yes.
Um, so, but that being said, at the end of the year, at the end of the summer, this will be our fifth year going to camping at Marco Polo in PEI, and I'm
So
literally
much about it.
it's our fifth year. So Luna's been going since she's been 3 months old. Which when I think about that, I'm like,
Amazing.
how? Why was I camping with a 3 month old?
Yeah.
Anyways, but like we've created these traditions, right? And like and it's growing. People are coming that haven't come before and things like that. And I'm like, I really love that that's what they're gonna look back
Remember.
on and remember,
Yeah.
right? Like, and my oldest, like, she is at the age now where like she has all these memories of it. And even like the other day we were driving and she was looking at the car window, and she's very like introspective, like she's just a very old soul unique kid. And she was looking out the window and I could tell she was deep in thought, and I was like, what are you thinking about? And she's like, "Oh, Mom, PEI, it's just so special." And I was
Oh,
like, nailed it. Like, thank you. This is why we've been doing it. Like, I
yeah.
want you to feel that way. So I'm so excited. It's like my happy place. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's special.
it is.
Really
Yeah.
special. Hardest job, but also most rewarding.
Well, you know what? It's funny. Like, I'm having these conversations, and it's not, I don't think it's controversial, but I'm having these conversations with a lot of people who don't have children right now. And
Mm,
like, and obviously 1,000,000% respect people who have made that decision and have that
yes.
self-awareness and don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
Like that's, I think that's just so smart of people who recognize that about that. Anyway, so like all props to them. Um, but I think something that I kind of struggle with as a mom is like I recognize how hard, like you just said, hardest job in the entire world.
Yeah.
And if you go on social media and you even just talking to other people, like I feel like mom life, that whole thing gets a lot of like shit. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? And
mhm.
and I think there's an element that it's relatable. Like anyone who's in it is like, oh my gosh, like when we've talked about that here on the podcast of like just the crazy stories of the, and just the
Yeah.
situations you would never believe that you'd ever be in. And like, I love that that's out there and that that is something we can all relate to and we don't feel alone in the absolute chaos.
Yeah.
But I also am realizing as I'm talking to people who don't have kids, a lot of times they are telling me, and I had a conversation last week with somebody who said that they were like, oh my gosh, like that sounds terrible. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And I'm like, I think if I was somebody on the outside who didn't have kids, like I would see that as well. Like I would be like, that sounds like wait, but you don't know until you know. And it's like you don't you can say all the things are hard, right? Like you
yes,
can say the lack of sleep, just everything is terrible, but you also cannot understand the love and the connection and the
yes,
beauty
yes.
that it truly does way outweigh all the shit.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean? And so
Mhm.
like I don't know, it's just I don't know why those conversations have been like sprung up on me lately that I haven't had a lot of those, but people who were like, "Oh my god, like that whole scene sounds like an absolute shitstorm. No, thank you." And I'm like, "Yeah, it you do have a point 100%, but like yeah, I sometimes think motherhood it just gets like a really bad rap. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true, but I also feel like when we talk about the good stuff, maybe we don't, like, amplify it as much as when we talk about the harder stuff,
I
like,
think so.
I
Because
don't know.
how do you are because and I've said this to one of my girlfriends when she was pregnant because we had her and I had that conversation because I'm like, yes, you've heard a lot of the crazy stuff, but how do you articulate
Yeah,
the love and the bonds that you have with this human? Like how there
exactly.
I can talk to you all day about the shitstorm.
Yeah,
Like and
yeah,
paint you a really clear picture of what that looks like.
yeah, but you can't even say yeah, I know
I
exactly.
can't even put it into
Yeah,
words, the
yeah,
relationship I have with my kids. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not even like, how do I describe that to somebody? And also somebody who hasn't felt that before. It's like, you can't put it
I
into
agree.
words. So I just find that, like, I just thought I've been reflecting on that lately. That I'm like, yeah, like, and I'm definitely a part of that story of like, I will share with you my horror stories. You know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah,
much time do you got?
yeah,
But at the same time, like, I don't know, I feel like we I want there to be an equally strong narrative about like how amazing it is as well, you know?
Right. I think it's not out there. Like,
It's not out there.
yeah.
It's not, especially on social media and stuff like that. And I send those memes and all the things to my friends
Oh yeah.
all day long. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
hilarious and we can all relate.
Yeah.
But like, I think when I think about people who are not in that situation and that's all they're seeing, I'm like, I would be scared too. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want that either. Like, fair to
Mm,
them that they don't want that because where is the other narrative?
I
You know?
agree. Yeah, I agree. Mm.
Anyhow, that was my 2 cents on that. What's the other pillar that we're talking about? So we have family, and then what's the other piece?
There's like career, business,
Oh,
finances.
um, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I'm in a weird spot. I feel that's the truth of how I feel about my career. To be totally
mm,
honest, right now, that's being super transparent. And like, I've been really blessed with like a really wonderful career, to be honest.
mhm,
Like, I've
mhm.
had some really awesome opportunities. I've had a really like rewarding roles in the past. And like, if you look at my resume, like a really great career trajectory, like,
Yeah.
um, so very grateful for that. But I am in a situation right now where I'm like, okay, in terms of like corporate life and the role that I hold, like the next step that I would need to take is such a commitment, right?
Mm,
Like, it's such, and you've been there, like it's such a life change that I would need to make. Um, Already know, not interested in that, right? I
yeah.
already know that. The other side of that is I know what I want for my life in
Mhm.
terms of our business, in
Yeah.
terms of just how I see my days going for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect all that right now. And it's tough. Like, it's tough. It's not for everyone. It is mentally, when I can honestly say this now, you and I connected, we joined this business, or I joined this business. It was a great opportunity. I'm so in it now. You and I have had those conversations like, I'll get a tattoo on my forehead. Like, I'm in it, right? And like, this
Yeah.
is what I want. But also, like, the mental space it takes up in your brain, you cannot predict. You
No.
cannot predict until you're in it. It's like motherhood. You don't know until you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And it's like I feel like I was in your shoes like before making the move to like going part time in the
Yeah.
corporate world, but it's like it's not easier right now. Like it's been like
Right.
3 years, and I feel like it's still very hard because for like two reasons. Like I let go of like a full time job that was paying
A
really
really good job
a really great job
that a lot of people want.
that a lot of people want. And so I made that move to follow like my heart, but my heart is not like paying me enough to live right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like I'm really like I'm in between like two things. Like I love my the people that I work with at the corporate job. I love
Yep.
all of that, and I'm truly grateful, and I love what I do there, but I also really really love this.
Exactly.
And it's yeah, it's just a weird spot, and I feel like JM and I both, like we were talking about that the other day, like so he had a full-time job as well in finance, very stable. Same thing for me. And like both of us were like being pulled in like different directions. And we
Mhm.
both of us decided to take what feels like a step back in order to hopefully take eventually a step forward.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a weird place to be.
That's exactly it. It's a weird place to be.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was listening to the podcast you had sent me. I finally got to finish it yesterday. And it was around this woman who's an entrepreneur. And like, she was really talking about the hustle. And like, they said something that really stood out to me was like, what do you do when your heart is telling you something and you know what you want it to look like and you have that vision so clear, but there is literally no indication that that's going to work. There is no signs that it's going to pan out.
Yeah.
Right?
That's exactly how it is for this business.
That's right. No signs that this is going to work, that, you know what I mean? And so that really resonated with me. I was like, that's very interesting. And, but so it's funny because yesterday I was really just like taking this in. I was listening to this podcast and then another podcast that I listened to, which is definitely more like a spiritual type podcast. And it came up right afterwards. And she was talking about like manifesting and what manifesting, it doesn't mean like it means really letting go of that hustle culture, and it means really letting receive, and that you don't need to worry so much and frantically have that energy, and you just need to like let things receive. And I'm like, well, which one is it hustle, or is it like sit back with the vision and receive? Like, I think we need to straddle the line somewheres, but I'm also like, this is the thing about being an entrepreneur. Like, I think you're always in a state of, especially in those beginning years, like that we just don't know. We're just not sure.
So, okay, about that, like manifestation versus like hustling or whatever, like, I do think that in order for you receiving what you're manifesting, I do think that you need to take actions.
Aligned action.
Aligned actions. Like if you're sitting on the couch manifesting that you lose 20 pounds and that's like, right? Like it's not
1,000,000%.
I do think that like you need to hustle, but like when you're working on things that are truly aligned with what you're meant to be doing and that you truly love what you're doing, it does take a lot of time and effort and energy, but it's not as tiring as if you would be working and hustling into something that drains you and doesn't fulfill you.
Yeah, exactly. And I talked about this yesterday in the membership, and where I'm making it make sense for me is aligned action, because I do really think that the past couple of weeks I've been in this kind of just like weird state, like with career and all the things. And so like aligned action for sure. And that really combats any anxiety or any stress. I do feel like feeling the momentum of being productive matters.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. But also like what I've recognized, because I was having this feeling of like, I need to control.
Yeah.
I'm controlling my daily actions, right, to align to the bigger vision, but I am letting go of the outcome. That's where I'm at. I've let go of the control. I cannot control how that's going to look.
Yeah.
I know what I want.
Yeah.
I know what I see in my head, in my heart of hearts, but I have to trust that the universe is going to work that out and that it does have a bigger plan for me. So that's how I make that make sense. It's just, you can easily get wrapped up as an entrepreneur. It's ebbs and flows of like, okay, I've got this. Oh, we're on this path. And then you feel like you're taking 10 steps back. And it's just that constant kind of wave. But yeah, so it's just interesting. And again, like anything else, you don't know until you know. You don't know until you're in it how that's all going to feel and how that's going to look. Yeah. And it's just been such an interesting journey. And
like to that point, like I knew what my life was going to look like if I stayed in that full-time job.
Absolutely. It was very clear.
It was very clear. This
Mhm.
is the salary that I'm going to make in this range.
Yeah.
This is what my days are going to look like.
Yeah.
I like so I have that certainty because like there's
Literally, you can
no
pinpoint when you're going to retire.
exactly. But then I have this other part, which is the business, which I have no clue what it's going to look like in 10 years from now. No clue. Is it even still going to be a business? I have no idea. But my desire to see what that's going to look like
Mhm.
outweighs my knowing of what my life would be like if I would stay in my corporate job. Like it
Right.
outweighs that feeling of like satisfaction that I would have from like staying in
And,
that
and comfort. Yes.
in that comfort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like willing to like just work at it without knowing what's gonna happen.
I think that is what like really separates like entrepreneurs to people who do work, and there's nothing wrong with working in
Oh
a
no.
corporate, like I there's a lot of people in our corporate world that like I have so much respect for, and I do think that like that makes sense for them, and that's a
Yeah.
wonderful life to live. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that at all, but that is, I think, the fundamental difference between the entrepreneurs versus the people who take that other path. It's like
Yeah.
you really got to be okay with the unknown,
Yeah.
and that doesn't work for everyone, and that, and again, that's fine, and that's if that's what makes sense for you, but like
Yeah.
you do have to. And so for me, I think I it's like when you start something, you I really thought that I was going to be able to control that outcome, that
Mm,
I really, but then as you go, you realize like I if I'm going to if I am going to continue with this,
yeah.
I do need to let go of that.
Yeah.
I have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and comfortable with the unknown,
Yeah.
because otherwise like I'm wasting everyone's time. I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting your time, I'm wasting my
Yeah.
husband's time, I'm wasting a
Yeah.
lot of people's time. So I need
Yeah.
to get really comfortable with just like one foot in front of the other. And to your point, what does this look like in 10 years? Not sure. No,
Yeah.
no idea.
Because it's like maybe it won't work, but what if it does? What if it does and my vision becomes a reality and I have the time flexibility and I have the time the financial flexibility and I have like that would be wild. And I'm like it's a 50-50. Like I'm choosing to go with that because what if it all works out? Like I can't miss out on that opportunity. I just can't.
And it's funny because what that woman said yesterday in that podcast, she said, you know, would you, when she was talking to the podcaster, she said, like, knowing what you know now about being an entrepreneur, would
No.
you do it again? And they both said no. They both said no. They said no. Like, if you really knew what it took and how hard it was going to be,
Mhm.
like it's a blessing to not know, right? It's a blessing. And also, like she was saying, she's like, for 3 years I sat in the same spot every day at my kitchen table with
Yeah.
everyone doubting me, everyone thinking I'm crazy, being
Yeah.
broke and having to take loans from her grandmother,
Yeah.
and and so she's like, so ask yourself, with the vision that you have, like, can you do that? Can you sit every day in the same spot for 3 years with no indication that it's going to work?
Yeah.
Like most people are like, hell no, I'm out. Like, what? No, thank you.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So you do need to be a little bit crazy.
A little bit crazy, and
Yeah.
I know I'm definitely crazy, not even just a
Oh,
little bit.
you're definitely crazy.
But, like, I like being crazy
Yeah,
because I think, maybe hopefully, I'm going to live a life that is not common,
that's right.
is different, that is, what most people would only dream of. Like,
Yeah.
I'm choosing to believe that because anyone that I look up to out there, they were just like you and I. and they just had a vision, a wild vision, and they just said, you know what, let me try, let me see if I can make this happen. And they just, yeah, they just jump blindly, kind of like what we're doing. So I'm like, if that person is exactly like me, like there's no reason why they can't have that life and I can't. Like,
Right. Like, why not you?
why not me?
Right.
So
Here we are.
here we are.
Crazy
There's,
AF, but
yeah. Hmm. So
okay.
yeah, so that's my world right now with that. Like,
Yeah, that's my role too. Yeah, it's been a really great summer. I'm looking forward to the fall. My favorite months are coming up, as you know.
oh
And
yeah,
you want to talk about crazy. September, October, November, and December, the Burr months. You guys will see me in my like ghost sweaters,
yeah,
like
yeah,
full on. That's about to happen. So everyone can prepare themselves for that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I think you and I are both in very good spots. I think it's like we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I think that, energetically, I think that you and I are doing pretty good
Oh my
overall.
God. I think so too. Like it's
Yeah.
only been what, 6 months since you officially joined, and like,
How is that true? How is that true? 6 months.
yeah, yeah,
And what people don't recognize is that, like, you and I, like 6 months before that, like we weren't regularly talking. You
no,
know what I mean? Like, that wasn't our life. Like,
so weird.
it's so weird.
I know, weird, but like not really when you think
It's
about
weird in the absolute best way.
it. Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
weird and it's like the universe brought us together and all that woo woo. Like, it really is that.
So again, why I think we would be crazy not to keep going,
I agree.
given this synchronicities, whatever how you say it,
Yeah,
of how all of this happened and
I
how
agree.
things have like evolved and like
Yes. And
grown
look,
in
this
like the
this
last 6 months.
podcast is a perfect example. We didn't have a script. We didn't know what we were going to talk about, and this
Yeah,
is what we do every time we're together.
yeah,
It's just, I don't know. It's unique. There's something, like, I definitely feel like that we've tapped into, and like I even saying that, I'm like, we have to be very comfortable around, like, maybe people are listening to this. I mean, I doubt it, because why would they be listening this long into it? But whatever. If people are listening to it and they're like, no, these girls don't have anything that it takes. Like, why would they even think that? Like,
mhm,
I don't give a shit, to be
yeah,
honest. Like, I know what I feel, and
yeah,
that we've tapped into something really special. And
yeah,
like, I think also being an entrepreneur and putting yourself out there, like, you have to be very comfortable not caring
I
what people
agree.
think.
Mm,
And that's
mhm,
always like something that will stop people in their tracks of like, no, I'm not going to do it. And like, I'm really proud of how much you and I put ourselves out there.
mm,
Like, I think we've been very vulnerable, in
yeah,
putting ourselves out there, and
yeah.
I'm really proud of that, and I think it's really special.
Yeah, and I think like to your point, it's like you're sharing your world with the world.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm really proud of ourselves for doing
Yeah.
that. And like I know there is people out there talking and like deleting, unfollowing, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Like, it's just not my people. Like, the people that we found, like, since we started this and like the community that we're building, I'm like, these are my people.
That's
Like,
right. And I don't, and I'm super okay with that. Like, I'm super okay with not everyone liking us or thinking that we have anything to offer. Like, I
I
don't
think that's
like
just right.
everybody either.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's fine. Like, I wouldn't, if just because I don't like somebody, I don't want them to take it to heart, or change their, their trajectory in life just because
Yeah,
I don't like them. Like, no,
yeah,
like, you do you, boo, like, all good. So that's the energy that I bring into it. But again, going back to like, this has only been 6 months. And so I'm really excited for the next 6 months and the next 6 years and, forevermore. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's been a very interesting, but like, wow, like such an awesome journey.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Oh, well, if you guys are still here, still listening, yay.
Wow. Good for
Thank
you.
you. Good for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends, tag us. We love to hear what you think. We're always open to like different topics as well. Like if you have any ideas, please send them our way. And yeah, just thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.